Hey, my name is Jennifer. Welcome to my Loving Arms of God channel. Welcome or welcome back. Now, where did the month of March go? That's what I want to know, because it's literally, I'm recording this literally the last day of March. But it's okay. I'm still here. And in honor of Women's Month, we're going to do this video. So let's get into it. So the title of this video is called Sisterhood ? This video is titled Sisterhood because I want the women viewers to ask themselves if they really act like a sisterhood, if they are a part of a sisterhood, and attribute to sisterhood among their fellow sisters. Sisterhood, to be honest, was never really important to me, but now it is important to me. So this video is mainly inspired by the powerful interview years ago in like maybe 2005 by Tyra Banks and Naomi Campbell. Now on Tyra Banks' show, I don't know if you guys know or knew, but long story short, Tyra Banks is a supermodel. I'm sure you guys know that. And Naomi Campbell is also a supermodel as well. And they both had basically beef for years. And Tyra Banks brought her on her show to basically confront the whole shebang. I actually commend Tyra Banks for doing that. But yeah, so that's what that was about. So they were like rivals and had beef for like about 14 years. And on her show, one of the statements that Tyra Banks made was the following. She said, "There is no healing without honesty." Quoted by Tyra Banks. I totally agree with that statement. Tyra Banks also stated on her talk show that sisterhood involves breaking, not making bonds. Let's be one and stop the hate. Now, in my opinion, women as a whole are not united. There is a dark side to sisterhood, and we need to choose to be the light to drive out that darkness for good. Tyra Banks said on her talk show that the 7 deadly sins of sisterhood are: number 1, betrayal; number 2, manipulation; number 3, judgment; number 4, envy; number 5, gossip; number 6, competition; and lastly, number 7, resentment. So, in case you don't already know, besides being an assistant teacher, I am a fashion model as well. And personally, I have experienced this with women my entire life, before and after pursuing my modeling career, even still to this day. Now, I know I don't look it, but I'm 33 years old and I'm going on 34 in July. In fact, I used to have, when I was in like high school, junior high, I used to have more guy friends than girlfriends. I was one of those girls who preferred to be around men than women. Now I have more women friends, of course, and I try my best to get along with all women. Is it easy? No. Are you gonna like everybody? Are you gonna like every person you meet? Are you gonna like every woman? No, of course not. But kindness is free, and so is love. You don't have to like someone, but you should love them. So, I can't control how women act and behave towards me, but I can control what I do. That is your power. So I continue to stay in my lane, remain sane, and rise. Now, I'm going to ask some very controversial, challenging questions. You don't have to answer them. Just keep these questions in mind, and you could answer them amongst yourselves. Why are women rivals? Why are Black women rivals? Why do we look like each other, cut from the same cloth, but won't love and support each other in the Black community? Why do we struggle to empower one another in the Black community? Why do we allow other people who don't look like us, who feel inferior to us, who want to be like us, and don't share our experiences to pin us against each other? I've wondered these questions for a very long time. So I just ask these questions to just simply challenge your thinking. This is literally getting us nowhere, but becoming a more broken, toxic, wounded, and dysfunctional race, repeating cycles and passing down generational curses on our people and our children. When will we stop hurting ourselves? Quote number 1 by me: empowered women empower women. Empowered people empower people. If you're not empowered, you will not empower other people. End quote. So, I love to study and learn from the lives of people that I admire. Stars, legends such as Whitney Houston and Michael Jackson, etc. Whitney Houston and Michael Jackson were in a league of their own. Period. I'm going to focus on Whitney for obvious reasons because I'm talking about women, and she was a woman. For example, this is one of the many things I loved about, one of the very few things I loved about Whitney Houston. So Whitney Houston was so confident and secure in herself, her craft, and her gift that she supported other artists, especially other women artists. Another quote written by me is that when you're a legend, you don't need to validate yourself by competing with others. When you're a legend, you compete with yourself to be better than you were. End quote. The way people knew Whitney Houston, remember her in such a positive light that unfortunately was not talked about until after her passing. So I ask you, how will people remember you? What legacy will you leave behind? We as women need to be bigger than being mean, hating on each other, being jealous, the jealousy, the backstabbing, the name calling, the negativity, the cattiness, the drama, the insecurities, and the competition against each other. It has to stop. At the end of the interview, Naomi Campbell, I think she apologized like in the beginning and the end. So I think she apologized twice. But bottom line is, on the interview, in the interview, Naomi Campbell apologized to Tyra Banks and owned up to what she did, and they made peace on national television. That was such a powerful moment. That was such a powerful thing. Like, when I was watching it, I literally teared up. I literally teared up like it was me, because I know, I can understand how Tyra Banks felt. Like, I could understand what she was going through. Because, as I said, before, I've went through the same thing with women my entire life. Till this day, I'm still going through it. So, like, I get it. So I literally teared up. My personal prayer is that women and the Black community can make peace with each other and amongst ourselves too. Because who cares that they're superstars? Who cares that they're fashion models? Who cares? They're people like you and I. If they could make peace on national television, mind you, they didn't meet up prior to the interview on Tyra Banks' show. She literally said that in the beginning of the interview. They literally had that first talk, like, on national television. There was no audience in the beginning of the interview, but then after they had that talk and reconciled is when they brought out the audience afterwards. You guys should look it up yourselves. I recommend you guys watch, even if you're not a woman watching this, like, that interview is worth watching, man or woman. Like, it's worth watching that interview. So your call to action is stop hating and start loving. That's it. That's a wrap. That's all I got for today. So remember to turn your pain into power. I will see you in my next video. Later.